Appalachia Service Project. So this group of people spent a week last summer sleeping on air mattresses and cots in school classrooms, eating school cafeteria meals, showering in shower trailers, getting dirty and tired and sore from doing construction work all day. And that's after driving 2 hours to get 2 hours, 2 days to get to southwestern West Virginia. And we can't wait to go back. We've been raising money for this year's trip. We have even more people coming with us this time. The work is hard, and the conditions are anything but luxurious. And I think I can speak for the whole team when I say we get really fired up to go. Now, why? Why? There are all kinds of reasons, but one of them is it's energizing to make a positive difference in someone's life. Appalachia Service Project, or ASP as we call it, is all about making homes warmer, safer, and drier in the poorest areas of our country. And it's also all about building relationships and making connections like we did with this family whose home we worked on all week. The opportunity to be involved in something that real and that impactful is just enlivening. It lights a fire. What is something that enlivens you? What is something that lights a fire for you? What is something that you do or experience, a place that you go, something that you create that makes you come alive? And if you're sitting here thinking, I don't know, I think it's been a long time since I've felt that way, I'm here to tell you, we all have that fire within us. Things happen and it gets diminished, but the world cannot put it out completely. It can't. In today's story about Pentecost from the book of Acts, chapter 2, the apostles had just seen the risen Christ ascend to heaven, and so now they know that it's up to them. And before the Pentecost story happens, they're basically just kind of hanging out. I think they're thinking, well, what do we do now? What comes next? Maybe they're still processing everything that happened. Maybe they're also still afraid that what happened to Jesus at the hands of the Roman Empire would also happen to them. And so their fire has been banked. And then, boom, the Holy Spirit shows up and allows them to communicate powerfully without any barriers, to communicate the good news. And so they were on fire, and the church, the gospel message spread like wildfire over distances and through centuries until here we are today. Because they were all fired up. Now, a fire needs 3 things to burn. It needs oxygen, fuel, and heat. The same can be said of the fire that burns within us. The first thing we need is oxygen. The story from the book of Acts, chapter 2, starts out by saying that a mighty wind rushed into the place. A mighty wind. That harkens back to the creation story in the book of Genesis, when it says that the wind of God swept over the face of the waters. And then a little bit after that, when God breathes the breath of life into the earth creature, the human, that's us. When the Bible talks about spirit, the words that are used for spirit also mean wind and breath. Oxygen. We have this built-in tool that we can use if we're feeling overwhelmed, feeling angry, worried, sad. And it's just absurdly simple, which is maybe why we don't do it more often, but to simply take some good, mindful breaths. It works, y'all. It works. It really works. Maybe not 100% of the time, but a shocking amount of the time. It helps us to reset our nervous system and to reconnect with God. And it reminds us of this simple, beautiful truth that God is as close to us as our own breath. Oxygen. Fire also needs fuel to burn. Fuel is the stuff that gets burned up and transformed. In a refiner's fire, the impurities are burned away so that silver or gold or some other material is able to reach its true, essential nature, its authentic form. In the story of Pentecost from Acts chapter 2, we heard that there were lots of things that were not necessary, things that human beings created that just got removed, got burned away, if you will. Language barrier, cultural barrier. They were able to just understand one another, speaking all of these different languages, unlike maybe our experience this morning, but they were able to understand each other. Those language barriers were just burned away. Other barriers were burned away. The Apostle Peter quoted the Old Testament prophet Joel in saying, "I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh." Everyone, no barriers. "And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy." Gender barriers removed. "And your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." Age barriers removed. "Even upon my slaves, both men and women," again, "in those days I will pour out my Spirit." Barriers of social status and oppression removed. What are the barriers in our world today that need to be burned away in order to fuel the fire within? I can think of a lot of things, stuff that we don't need, stuff like greed, selfishness, scapegoating and divisiveness, violence, lies and misinformation and manipulation. And then on an individual level, more stuff that we don't need, crippling anxiety, toxic shame, debilitating self-criticism. All of those things can be fuel to be transformed in order to keep the fire within burning. Now, a fire also needs heat. A few weeks ago, I talked about something called nitzotzot. And what that means is the divine spark. It's something that every single person, every being has. It is the divine vitality that's given to us by God. It's the heat that comes from our life force as a creature, a creation of God. And we all have it. We all have it, but the thing is, things happen, and that spark just gets diminished. It gets covered up, and we start to forget that it's even there. Things happen. We get hurt. Our self-confidence gets damaged. We get disappointed. Our hearts get broken. We get busy. We get distracted. We get focused on just getting through the day, and so we become disconnected from one another. We even can start to lose hope and feel despair. But there's good news. The good news is that heat, that spark that keeps our inner fire going, it's given to all of us. It's given to all of us. The world didn't give it. And so that means that the world cannot take it away because it comes to us from God. It comes to us from the Holy Spirit. Come, Spirit, come. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This joy that I have, this strength that I have, this peace that I have, this love that I have, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, world didn't give it to me. World didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Let's sing that again. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Thanks be to God. That's our good news.